The Human Side of Agile. How to Help Your Team Deliver. By Gil Broza. Forwards by Jim Highsmith and Christopher Avery. Narrated by Daniel Barrington Rubio, Becky Parker, and Jim Edgar. Forward by Jim Highsmith. When the authors of the Agile Manifesto began talking about what was important to each of us way back in 2001, we clearly agreed on two broad goals: improving software development performance, striving for software excellence, and creating exciting, collaborative, fun working environments. The latter, better working environments, was just as important as the former. But in the intervening years, it often became sidetracked as organizations focused on stories, iteration planning, and velocity. Organizations struggled with self-organizing teams and collaboration, some struggling more successfully than others. Agilists don't usually try to predict the future, but as we enter the second decade of the 21st century, it's clear that two things will dominate: winning customers and engaging talent. Creating healthy, engaging workplaces in which people are inspired to deliver customer solutions will be a critical management focus. Really? Is this last statement actually true, or is it just wishful thinking? Is the human side of organizations as important as the high-performance execution side? In Beyond Performance, How Great Organizations Build Ultimate Competitive Advantage, Scott Keller and Colin Price, both from McKinsey & Company, present research data from surveys of 600,000 respondents from 500 companies, including 6,800 CEOs and senior executives, and personal interviews with over 30 CEOs. Keller and Price make what many might interpret as a startling conclusion. Organizations that focused on performance and health simultaneously were nearly twice as successful as those that focused on health alone, and nearly 3 times as successful as those that focused on performance alone. They defined organizational health as the ability both to execute and to adapt faster than the competition. So organizational health, particularly the abilities to adapt to change and engage one's talented workforce, is critical to continuing success. This brings me back to why Gil Broza's book is such an important one. There are a myriad of important Agile books about practices, technical practices and project management practices, and a few books about softer skills such as collaboration or coaching. But until Gil's book, we lacked a comprehensive treatment of how to build Agile team leadership skills. While other authors write about Agile principles and values, Gil shows us practices that help leaders actualize those principles and values. The human side of Agile defines the team leader's role, describes practices for growing Agile teams that are effective and self-organizing, explains how to foster communications and collaboration, offers critical advice on forming Agile teams, and shows how individuals with different roles, leader, developer, product manager, mesh together. Gil's book covers diverse topics, from active listening and running good meetings to dealing with a team member's bad behavior, but in the end, all these topics come back to a central theme: how we create exciting, collaborative, fun, working environments that engage teams in the task of delivering outstanding results. Gil's Agile coaching and consulting experience shows through in this book's down-to-earth perspectives and advice for the reader's real-world challenges and needs. He equips the reader for the entire team life cycle, assembling, creating, growing, and maintaining a solid Agile team. The human side of the enterprise, the side that involves organizational health, was a critical element in the thinking of early Agilists, and its importance continues to be advanced by research such as that reported on by Keller and Price. The human side of Agile provides team leaders with a how-to for developing and strengthening this all-important aspect of successful teams and organizations. Jim Highsmith, Executive Consultant, ThoughtWorks Incorporated, Venice, Florida. Forward by
Sample complete. Ready to continue?